Most people think becoming financially literate means reading thick books, taking courses, or memorizing money terms. But here's the truth: nobody really says out loud. You don't become financially literate through information. You become financially literate through tiny habits you repeat, little actions you do without thinking, little choices that compound quietly, little systems that save you from yourself on the days you're tired, stressed, or distracted. And the best part? You don't need a finance background, high income, or hours of free time to start. You just need a few micro habits that slowly rewire how you interact with money. So today, we're breaking down 7 tiny habits that will make you dramatically more financially literate in 2026, without overwhelm, without complexity, and without trying to be perfect. If you enjoy videos that help you build confidence with money one simple step at a time, make sure to subscribe because this channel is all about turning clarity into action. Alright, let's get into habit number 1. Habit 1. Do a weekly 5-minute money check-in. One of the fastest ways to become financially literate is also one of the smallest. A 5-minute check-in every single week. Not a full review, not a budgeting session, just a quick pulse check. Open your banking app, look at your recent transactions, glance at your upcoming bills, and make sure nothing feels off. That's it. This tiny habit does 2 powerful things. First, it builds awareness. Most money problems grow quietly because people avoid looking at their accounts. 5 minutes a week keeps you familiar with your cash flow so nothing sneaks up on you. Second, it lowers anxiety. The more often you check in, the less intimidating your finances feel. Your brain gets used to the numbers, and suddenly money stops feeling like a mystery and starts feeling manageable. Over time, this habit becomes the foundation of real financial literacy, because you can't improve what you don't look at. A couple taps, one screen, once a week. Simple, but transformative. Habit 2. Match your spending to your top 3 priorities. Financial literacy isn't just knowing where your money goes, it's knowing whether your money is actually supporting the life you want. So here's a tiny habit that changes everything. Pick your top 3 priorities. Then compare them to where you spent money last month. Not a full audit, not a detailed spreadsheet, just a simple alignment check. Because what most people discover is this: their spending reflects convenience, habits, and impulse, not their values. Maybe you say health matters, but most of your money went to takeout. Maybe you say learning matters, but nothing went towards skills or education. Maybe you say relationships matter, but your budget doesn't show it. This habit forces your money off autopilot and into intention. And here's the magic: you don't have to change everything at once. Even shifting 10% of your spending toward what you actually care about makes you feel more in control, and that feeling is the root of true financial literacy. Clarity first, correction second. Habit 3. Automate one thing every month. If there's one truth about money, it's this: your willpower will fail long before your systems do. That's why this habit is so powerful. Every month, automate just one part of your financial life. It could be a bill that gets paid automatically, a transfer to savings that leaves right after payday, a subscription that renews without you thinking about it. Anything that removes one tiny decision from your plate. Do this 12 times this year, and your finances will start running themselves. The benefit isn't just convenience, it's protection. When life gets stressful, busy, or chaotic, automated systems keep moving even when you don't have the energy to think about money at all. And that consistency makes you financially literate faster than any book or course. Because literacy isn't just understanding money, it's designing a system where good behavior happens automatically. 1 automation per month, 12 friction points eliminated, a completely different financial life by the end of the year. Habit 4. Invest small amounts early, even if you don't feel ready. Here's a truth that surprises people. You don't become confident before you invest. You become confident because you invest. Financial literacy grows through participation, not theory. So start tiny. $20, $10, whatever amount feels doable without hesitation. The goal isn't to build wealth with that small contribution. The goal is to build the habit. Because once you experience your first deposit, your first bit of growth, your first moment of, I actually understand what's happening here, the fear starts to fade. Small investments do 3 things. 1, they make investing feel normal. Your brain stops treating it like something reserved for experts. 2, they teach through repetition. You learn more from watching $10 move in the market than from consuming 10 hours of content about it. 3. They reinforce consistency. Because once you start, continuing becomes easier than stopping. Most people wait until they feel ready. But readiness isn't what creates literacy. Consistent action does. Even the smallest amount is enough to start the engine. Habit 5. Implement one thing you learn the same day you learn it. Most people consume endless money content but never apply it. They learn, nod, agree, and then change nothing. That's why their financial life stays exactly the same year after year. This habit breaks that cycle. Whenever you learn something new, a better savings account, an investing idea, a budgeting trick, you take one small action that same day. Not a full overhaul, just a single step. If you heard about a better account, compare rates. If you learned a new strategy, check your contributions. If someone mentioned a money tool, try it for 5 minutes. Tiny implementation does 2 things. It builds momentum, and it rewires your brain to treat money as a skill, not a topic. Financial literacy isn't about knowing everything. It's about acting consistently on the things you learn. Habit 6. Have one low-stakes money conversation each month. Money feels intimidating for one reason. Nobody talks about it. Most people treat it like a secret, and that silence keeps them financially stuck. So here's the habit. Once a month, have one simple, low-pressure money conversation with someone you trust. It doesn't need to be deep or personal. It can be as small as, "Hey, what budgeting app do you use?" Or, "I'm trying to save for a goal. How do you track yours?" These tiny exchanges do something powerful. They normalize money. They expose you to new tools, new ideas, and new ways of thinking. And they slowly erase the shame and awkwardness that keeps people from improving their finances. You don't have to share your income or your bank balance. You're just opening a door, and every time you do, your confidence grows. Financial literacy isn't built alone. It's built through conversation, connection, and learning from real people doing real things. Habit 7. Practice one act of delayed gratification per week. This is the habit that quietly changes everything. Once a week, pick one tiny impulse you normally act on and pause. Not forever, just long enough to make a conscious choice. Maybe you skip the quick online order. Maybe you walk past the coffee shop instead of stopping. Maybe you wait 24 hours before buying something you suddenly need. And here's the key. Don't just save the money. Redirect it towards something that actually matters to you. Your emergency fund, your investments, your next big goal. This practice trains the single most important financial skill there is, the ability to choose long-term benefit over short-term dopamine. It's not about deprivation. It's about proving to yourself, over and over, that you're in control. And every time you delay one impulse, you strengthen the mindset that builds real wealth. Not someday, but one small decision at a time. Here's the truth most people overlook. Financial literacy isn't built through big overhauls or dramatic resolutions. It's built the exact same way wealth is, in inches, not miles. One small check-in, one better choice, one new automation, one conversation that used to feel uncomfortable. Tiny habits don't look powerful in the moment, but when you repeat them week after week, they quietly reshape how you think about money. And that shift is what puts you on a completely different path than the people around you. So choose one habit from this list and start it today. Not all 7, just one. Let it compound. And if you want your next step, watch the video I linked on the money milestones that actually matter in your 20s and 30s. It pairs perfectly with this one and will help you figure out exactly where to focus next. You've got this. Tiny decisions, big results.